welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all lovely on this Tuesday. Let's hope I'm getting this out on a Tuesday. It's a book haul today, a little sort of like mini book haul, just a few things that I'm excited about and want to show you. And I want to start picking my TBR for next month. And I need that second shelf in my book trolley to be clear, because that is, half of it is book haul stuff and half of it is TBR for next month. And there is Christmas stuff I want to put on there. This Christmas book, this Christmas book, Christmas books. And shall we start with a Christmas book that I have been given this month? So earlier this month, I went out for a lovely lunch with my new pal Chloe. We went for a really nice sort of picky dips and all lovely stuff at a place called Jojo's in Tankerton. And Chloe's an author, and yeah, just an amazing babe. Had a lovely time. I literally like talked myself hoarse because we were just chatting so much. And she said to me, "I've got a book for you." And she'd kindly gifted me this proof that she'd received. This is Make You Mine This Christmas by Lizzie Huxley Jones. This is out in ebook form this Christmas, and then the paperback is, so the ebook will be out already, and then the paperback is out in September 2023. And this is a queer rom-com with great disability visibility and representation. And this says here, the golden rule of fake dating at Christmas is don't fall for his sister. And Chloe said she had a lovely time with it, and our reading really does align quite a lot, so I'm really hoping. Oh god, I've just read the first paragraph is so Christmassy. Let me read it to you. To Half-Hughes, the best things about Christmas in ascending order are all you can eat mince pies, novelty jumpers, the fact that you have a licence to be permanently too full and slightly pissed for the duration, and most importantly, that there's no need to be a functioning person. So that is going on. As I said, I want to start getting my TBR together for December. That will be going on to my TBR, and thank you, Chloe, so much for passing that on to me. Then I got a very exciting parcel from fellow booktuber. This is from Eric Carl Anderson, and he has created two. Well, first of all, it came beautifully. So this is like, let me turn it on. Also, I've just remembered there was some love heart sweets in here. Let me turn it on so we can have the beautiful effect together. She's rummaging. There we go. It comes with fairy lights, so this is a lovely little treat, and it's got some sort of like spyware in here. These are glasses, but these are basically like, that's just my normal glasses, isn't it, really? Then a little magnifying glass, which, to be honest, is very helpful, because because I've got some embroidery to do, and I really need one of these. So that's very helpful. And then, as I said, the little fairy lights, and then some love hearts, and then the books that you're excited about. And you guys will know that I absolutely love a list. I love a list. On a Friday, I'll turn the fairy lights off now, although that's a lovely sort of like beautiful glow around me, isn't it? On a Friday when I'm off doing my reading vlogs, I love to make a list, and I'm just piling that on top of Halloween stuff, because David and I are currently in the process of getting rid of Halloween and getting Christmas in. Yeah, I make lists all the time. I can't work at work without making lists. And these are two reading list books. I'm very excited. This is 50 books to read if you're a hopeless romantic, and then 50 books to read if you're an armchair detective. So if you like romance novels, if you like crime thrillers, thrillery type stuff, then these books are great, because they will recommend you books of that genre. So for example, we've got In the Woods by Tana French, and then it explains what it is without sort of massive spoilers or anything, and then it gives you a little section to write the date read and the star rating. I think this is absolutely amazing, and some of these things I haven't even heard of. I enjoy it. I don't read as many crime thrillers as I would like to, but yeah, Goodnight Beautiful by Amy Malloy, Holding by Graham Norton, which I'm very fond of, The Widows of Malabar Hill, haven't heard of that one, Different Class by Joanne Harris, heard of Joanne Harris but haven't heard of that one, The Mitford Murders, and yeah, just sounds bloody brilliant. I'm really looking forward to, I might make one of these a project for next year, I don't know, I just felt really excited when they arrived. And then the Hopeless Romantic one, which I read even less of romantic, Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, I have read that, Swimming in the Dark by Thomas Jedrzejewski, 86 Charing Cross Road by Helen Hanff, I've read lots of these, Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, The Song of Achilles. So yeah, like a romance, Call Me By Your Name, I've seen the film of that, Time Travelers. Oh, so maybe I have read more of these. Bridget Jones's Diary, Yeah, so I just think they're really, really cute, aren't they? That's just such a lovely idea. If you've got a book lover in your life, I think they're absolutely fantastic ideas. And like I said, might make one of those a little reading project for myself next year. That would be exciting. Then 2 books. Who else? Hands up. Hands up if you have been personally affected by the change in computer system that Waterstones had when they changed their computer systems over. And I ordered 2 books, 3 books. I pre-ordered 3 books in August to come out, and I've only received 2 of them, and the 3rd one hasn't come yet because Waterstones changed their computer system around, and it just sent everything up the absolute creek. I can't even imagine what that must have done to you if you're a debut author, because so many people use Waterstones to buy their books. Frustrating, but the books have arrived. So the books I ordered were 2 of these little mini penguin cloth bound classics. I love a cloth bound classic. I've got a whole shelf of them upstairs up on the top shelf. And these ones are 2 from the autumn range. So these have been designed, the front covers have been designed by Coralie Bickford-Smith as ever, and they're autumn ones because they've got these little autumn leaves just inside this diamond, and that's the case for both of them. And I ordered Lady Susan by Jane Austen. Never read Lady Susan by Jane Austen, and I was very interested in that. And then I've also got The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. Never read any Shirley Jackson. This one's a bit chunkier. And then I can't remember the name of the last one. Well, annoyingly, the bloody winter collection's out now. Do I order some from the winter collection thinking they're never going to come? Who knows? But I haven't even seen these in the shops. Like, I've been to independent bookshops, stuff like that. Haven't even seen them about, so I've sort of had to sit. I thought, oh, I'll sit and wait and see if they do turn up eventually. Literally August, September, October, November. We're in November now, so this is like almost 3 months since I ordered these. Annoying, isn't it? Then I've got 2 proofs. I've got Wandering Souls by Cecile Pinn. This is coming out in March 2023. The books for next year are here. I mean, they already started arriving, but exciting. It says, there are the goodbyes and then the fishing out of the bodies. Everything in between is speculation. And this is published by Faber. Let me see if I can find a little blurb. It's teasing me. Here we go. One night, not long after the last American troops leave Vietnam, siblings An, Than and Min flee their village and embark on a perilous boat journey to Hong Kong. Their parents and 4 younger siblings make the crossing in another vessel, but as weeks go by, it becomes clear that only one party has survived the voyage. Oh my God, heartbreaking. An, Than and Min suddenly find themselves alone in the world without family or home. They travel on, navigating refugee camps and resettlement centres until, by a twist of fate, they arrive in Thatcher's Britain. Here they must somehow build new lives with only each other to turn to, but will that be enough in a place that doesn't seem to want them? In this piercing debut, the siblings' faltering journey is deftly interwoven with the voice of the lost younger brother Deo, following them from a place between living and the dead, and the record of an unknown researcher intent on gathering together the strands of their story. God, this sounds amazing. So that's out on the 2nd of March next year. Debut. Sounds great. And then I've got The Promise Boys by Nick Brooks. This arrived with quite a lot of excitement. So it's come with a little a letter about school. Nick Brooks here, author of Promise Boys. I'm so excited to present you a small piece of my heart. You see, my entire life I've been a storyteller, spending many of my formative years creating my own worlds, too afraid of the one I lived in. It wasn't until I became an educator that it dawned on me just how afraid so many black and brown boys in my community are. At that moment, I made a commitment to tell their stories. Promise Boys is an ode to them. This looks like a school letter. Promise Boys exists in a world where inner city schools are grooming kids for 2 paths, prison or worker. A world where kids are often left without advocate and made to fend for themselves. A world that feels a lot like our reality. In this world, we centre on urban promise prep, an all-boys charter school with claims to turn the roughest, toughest stones into the brightest diamonds, all led by the no-nonsense authoritarian Principal Moore. But suddenly, tragically, violently, Principal Moore is killed in cold blood, and 3 boys, JB, Trey and Ramon, emerge as suspects for the crime. What ensues is a winding mystery that uncovers dark secrets about promise prep, Principal Moore and even our 3 suspects, ultimately illuminating the identity of the murderer. Dun dun dun! That sounds bloody great. And then I got like a little, a very, very cute little student report card as well. And it says, Teacher, Lauren and the books. That's so nice. Yeah, so the book looks, this is the proof, this is out on the 6th of February, 2023. Perfection, Excellence, Discipline, Murder, the blockbuster YA thriller of the year. I was just saying I don't read as many thrillers as I'd like to, so. God, 2023 is going to have some good books in it, isn't it? And then, just the most beautiful part of the book haul is a few people have sent me stuff from my wish list. Now, I never name these people because Well, it's based on the fact that if I sent somebody something I wouldn't want to be named, I'd like to do it. But know that I have got your notes, and I am so thankful for these lovely books, lovely gifts that you sent me. And these two in particular are both beautiful, beautiful things. So the first one is a book that I've read and I wanted to own. I read it on ebook and I've wanted to own the physical copy ever since I read it. It's Midnight Chicken and Other Recipes Worth Living For by Ella Risbridger. So I'd read a little bit of Ella Risbridger's cooking, like cookery writing, food fiction, food writing, which I really, really love, in a collection called In the Kitchen, and I loved it. And then I heard about this cookbook, which is sort of like a cookbook, but also, I don't like to use the word self-help, but I don't know why. So it starts with Ella laying on the kitchen floor thinking about the fact that she may well kill herself. She hasn't got that much to live for, I believe. I think it is. Yeah, and then she started making a roast chicken at midnight, and then so it's sort of like recipes for that, but then lovely passages of gorgeous writing about what these recipes mean to her, and yeah, and sort of things that you might need. I'm a vegetarian, but I still loved everything about this. There's not loads of meat recipes in here, but it was just so warming and lovely, and the writing is amazing and the recipes were great. She's got another cookbook out actually. I might stick that on my Christmas list this year, but yeah, thank you so much if you sent this. Delighted. Also, I would love to own either of those mugs. I love a mug. And then I've also been sent this, which is Cat Family Christmas, a Lift the Flap Advent book. This is written by Lucy Brownridge and illustrated by Eun Seo. I mean, it's gold and matte, and I've only looked at the first page because I want to be treating myself. Oh, and I've just looked at the last page. But there are so many flaps in this book and I am not going to let my niece rip any of them off. So 12 days until Christmas. So on the 12th day before Christmas, I will be looking at this, and look at all the little flaps. So there's, and they've all got like little cute mice and stuff in them. So little backpacks with little picnic in, little lamp with a little mouse, little elf mouse at the top, little picture with an elf mouse holding some baubles, and the illustrations are just so warm and comforting and beautiful, and it's just gorgeous. Look at that little guy. So yeah, I won't spoil any more in case you want to get this, but I think this is a beautiful thing for child and adult alike. As I said, I'm not keen on letting my niece have a little look in it. So maybe I'll do it, but I'll have to be there. So yeah, those are some books that I've got my mitts on so far in November. Beautiful set, isn't it? Lovely, lovely, lovely things. I'm gonna go sticking this and that on my Christmas TBR. I'm gonna make myself a little Christmas TBR pile. And yeah, I'd love to hear if you are excited about any of these books, if any of those float your boat. If you would, what books you've got your hands on so far in November. And I'll see you all again soon for another BookTube video.